Now the first carry here for Phillip Lindsay. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. You got a young quarterback. Maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that, because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide-open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
And that's a crusher right there. Had his man open for a first down, threw a fastball when that wasn't necessary. Incomplete pass. One of these quarterbacks going to learn, you don't get extra points for how hard you throw the football.
Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Rush in.
First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make... It's 2nd and 4.
Carl Nassib on the tackle. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 40-yard line.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
I'm going back to you. I'm going back to you.
Play action. Now Jackson. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 27 yards there, a 1st down.
And a Raider 1st down.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory, down at the 33. Jackson from the shotgun. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
Raiders.
Set, ready. Go to base. Set, ready, set. No game on this defense. No game.
They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
Now 2nd and 6 at the Broncos' 6-yard line.
Check, 47.
And Jackson throwing once more. The quick slant caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
And his kick here is good. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
Let's go.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called, and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got a look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. On first down, right back to Lindsey. He's got the first down here inside the 30. Cuts it out to the side. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Phillip Lindsey, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Broncos have taken the lead. Of course, he's fresh off the Offensive Player of the Week in the AFC, and what a game it was last week, and a long touchdown run right there.
He and his offensive line, the receivers blocking downfield, they're all in sync right now. Could carry him to a 2nd straight Player of the Week award.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down. At about the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're...
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Check back.
Here's 2nd and 8. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete. So the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. That's the 3rd time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from him. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the first quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead. It's a gain of 8, and it'll wind up moving the chains. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, Working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Out routes are always timing routes. And if the timing's off just a little bit, it can really throw off a play. It looked like he led him a little too much there.
Yeah, there was a fraction of a second because he caught it, just couldn't stay in bounds. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
And it is still early, just the first quarter. But you start prorating the numbers, and we might be in for some history. I mean, that last run puts him over 100 yards already, and we've still got 3 quarters to go.
Go!
From the gun on 3rd down. Herbert, he'll rifle this one deep right side. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely look for. How about that one?
That was great, and when our camera fighting for the end zone, he lost the football. It's out, and the Raiders pick it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Partner, you know how often we hear about the red zone, right? From the 20-yard line going in, that's scoring zone, getting points on the board. A lot of teams call from the 10-yard line in the green zone. That's your money zone. He fumbles the ball inside the money zone. You have one job, take care of the ball. That didn't happen.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive. And he'll take this one up to about the 6-yard line. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And this will be a gain of right around 3 from the 7 out to the 10-yard line. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2. The Raiders with the football here to begin quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 3rd down and less than a yard. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed, if there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Here's the Raiders punter now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. And it's a fake here on 4th and inches. And the gamble pays off. They get the 1st. Anxious moments there on the fake, but they do get just enough to pick up the 1st down.
Let's go now. Here we go.
On 1st down, Jacobs. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run.
Check, 47. Record.
On 2nd and 9, Jackson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Here's Jackson to throw. Able to find Waller. That's complete. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider 1st down.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. Jackson. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. Jackson will throw again. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 38-yard line.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Jackson now. He'll take a shot for the end zone. That's going to be caught. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. That one good for 37 yards. But one thing's for sure, they're going to have to come up with something at halftime because he is absolutely roasting them right now.
They're going to go through the whole litany of things, changing coverages, what are we going to do to put a man on?
And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs, his 6th touchdown of the season. And once again, the Raiders are back out in front. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 10-7.
Raiders 10, Broncos 7. John Brown set to kick off.
Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown. This fielded at the 2. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
Difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. And now we'll hook up downfield on 2nd down. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 37. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter.
Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick. They brought the house that time on the young rookie, maybe a little rattled through the pick.
And you have to be prepared for a lot of pressure as a rookie quarterback because most defensive coordinators are going to test you that way. So when you see that, the ball's got to get out of your hands quickly, and that means your receivers have to understand they have to break off their routes quickly as well.
He's going to look deep down. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. An excellent gain, 35 yards. Charles, you talk so much about quick change plays. There's one right there. You get the turnover, and boom, hit him with a big one.
And defenses plan for this all the time. They work on it in practice. But in the middle of a game, when that quick change takes place, oftentimes guys aren't as focused as they need to be.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Now it's Jackson. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Von Miller, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
You've called plenty of games in your career. Do you believe in momentum, my man?
I do, and I think we're seeing it right here.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. The run that he's been on, how about that? 3 sacks in a game a week ago, and another one right here. Oh, he's feeling it in a big way.
On 2nd down, Jacobs. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long. From the gun, Jackson. He's going to air one out. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line.
Got it.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Ready,
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
We get slap happy up here sometimes.
First play of the drive. Let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
On 3rd and 2, Herbert. This is the tight end Fant. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. Well, they opted not to run it. They completed the pass on 3rd and 2, but they lost yardage to bring up 4th.
Well, give credit to the guys on the other side of the ball. They snuffed out the play, but it does bring into question, one, the play call, because they didn't run the ball there. They could have run it, and 2, just not getting it. That's got to be deflating for them.
Back to throw. Herbert, he's got a man. It's Sutton. That's complete. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. Throwing on 1st down. Herbert got a man open. It's Sutton. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a 1st down. This quarterback now, 5 out of 10, 50% throwing it. Not so hot, but he does have a 1st down.
Check 13. Smooth. Yep. Down.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Phillip Lindsay, the intended target. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Ready. 48 mark. Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant. Let's go.
On 2nd down, a run with Lindsay. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. They'll run. It's Lindsay. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. At 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the gun, Herbert. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. To throw again, Herbert. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. Looking to throw, Herbert. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up 4th down.
Ready,
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. On 4th down, Herbert. And able to catch it, but he's out of bounds. And the throw took him beyond the sideline, and that's going to be a turnover on downs. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any fourth down stop is a big momentum play.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half.
Intercepted. The Broncos take over first and 10.
60 Pittsburgh.
45-yard line.
Strong right. Strong right. Strong. Get it.
On first and 10, Herbert. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. Second down.
Incomplete. It leads to second and 10.
So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. This will approach NFL record territory. It's a 62-yard attempt. The kick by McManus is good. So thanks to the late field goal, we are all tied up heading to intermission. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. From the 29, Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game. Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw, so maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. He's airing it out for Williams. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
To throw once more on second and 10. Jackson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. The intended receiver that time was Josh Jacobs. And now it's second down.
Get in the white room. Get in the white room.
Jackson now, throwing again. This will be caught, Tyrell Williams. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 26. This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this second half, first and 10. To throw again is Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
To throw on second and 10, Jackson. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. Again, Jackson. And that is incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3.
A 38-yard attempt.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And they will take the lead at 13-10. Well, they don't get a touchdown here on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter, but I think maybe you still say mission accomplished as they come away with the lead.
No, absolutely. You keep the pressure on, right? You go downfield, get some points up on the board, and hope that you've motivated your defense to take the field and hold that lead.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Brings up 3rd down and 6.
Here we go, here we go. 18 Gator. Topper, topper. Check. Come. Hit it.
On 3rd down, here's Lindsey. Across the 30 to the 31-yard line. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. They'll try and throw for it here. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they got themselves a 1st down. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the 1st down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front, but somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Ready. 15 line. 15 line. Check 50. Ready.
They'll go again with Lindsey. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there, so from 2nd and 13, they're back to a more manageable 3rd and 8.
Break. Check 48, the mic. General West.
Operating from the gun, Herbert. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense. Defense now, it's 4th down.
4th down.
They converted once earlier in this drive, but they'll roll the dice here again on 4th down. Now the Raiders are going to use another timeout here. And that's going to leave them with just 1 timeout remaining still in the 3rd quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them. We'll be back. No move move to get the offense off the field here. They've converted once on this drive. On fourth, they'll go again and try it once more.
Hurry, hurry. Let's go.
They're going to try and throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Raiders with the football now in excellent field position.
Let's go. Hey, come on. Come on, baby. Let's see what you got.
They'll run on first down. It's Jacobs. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Jacobs now. He's got the first down here inside the 30 and down to the 28-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first. On first down, it's Jacobs. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion, but I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
The Raiders on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Play action. It's Jackson. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 16. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line. Darren Waller, the intended receiver. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Let's go, let's bring it. Let's go.
2nd and 11. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
And not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the 4th. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Back to throw. Herbert, he completes this to Sutton. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Denver has a first down on the 15-yard play. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one 28 yards on the ground. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. And he'll take this down for about 4 yards down to the 15.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
On second down now, it's Lindsey, and he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Phillip Lindsay, his second touchdown of the afternoon, and the Broncos have once again taken the lead. McManus now for the extra point. And that will make this a 4-point game.
Makes the score Broncos 17, Raiders 13.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see. What they do.
Incomplete. It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
4 down, 4 down. Check.
To throw is Jackson. Gonna throw again. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bradley Chubb make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And he will score. Touchdown, Denver. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
Oh, I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on.
Fine. Extra point from McManus is good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they gave up the pick six. And now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up. But you can't.
It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. A big play there. His second touchdown on the season as his guys are back within a single score. All right, now a big two-point conversion attempt still to come. From the gun, it's Jackson. And this is caught. They got it. And that could be an important 2 points that gets them back within a field goal. Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. On second down, it's Lindsey. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key third down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now, to stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key third down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete. Solid coverage on the play by Devondre Campbell. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them, because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, let's see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Now Jackson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Duke Dawson picks it, and they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll run here with Lindsey. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 26-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Another run by Lindsey. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late fourth quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on third?
I don't. I run the football, and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
On third down, Lindsey. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. Now the Raiders going to burn their third and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth. Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
The drive will commence with a run by Lindsey. Nice footwork at the 25. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
So this one will wind up a Denver victory, and it wasn't really always pretty. They had their bumps and bruises, really both sides did, but they did what they needed to do at home to get the win.
Yeah, they really had to grind this one out, didn't they? Because nothing came easy. Every snap was a major league brawl. They had to win at the line of scrimmage, win downfield. They got all those things accomplished. But to win a close one like this, you know, every team wants to be physical. We've heard that a million times, right? But those who are mentally tough, those are the teams that you have to deal with in the playoffs. This was that type of a game.
So for Denver, their strong September has carried over to October as